Through listening and contemplating, meditating on the teaching is what we are looking for. So we may explain that the greater part of the supreme wisdom, and these has to arise contemplating and listening and meditating on the teaching. It's the only way to arise that wisdom. So when then next part is detailedly explaining the greater part of the wisdom, and first destroying the attach or grasping to the phenomena, and then destroying the view of grasping to self. Chule yorla shimbaga dadun zimbaga tene. And then destroying the view of believing not exist. So these are what we have talked in the Madhyamika teachings. They use all these logics and examples and analogies and methods to explain how and why. So then it explains why there's not exist, because it's not arises. And if you say it's arise, how? Is it arise something that is already there? And if it's already exist, why does it have to arise? There's no way. If something that is not there, how come it arise? In a space, the empty sky doesn't grow a flower. It's not there and never arise. So that, what is the right word? Against or contradict or challenge the view. You are trying to prove, right? Prove that it's not there. So what do you call that terminology? What do you call? So if something is already there, negating. If something is already there, You cannot arise from one that is already there, then it becomes double. If it's not there, it cannot arise like a flower in the sky. So then, in the path of graduate, it says that all the phenomena is combined, include in a two aspect, selflessness and selflessness of self and selflessness of a phenomena. So then you might say, if all these are selflessness, and why would we think they are self of self and self of phenomena? So then it says, what are these two different selflessness or two different selflessness or two different selves, self of self and self of phenomena. So self of self is anything that is combined with the five aggregates, form and so forth. So this is actually source of all the problems. It will do all these things that is absolutely not necessary. So it means it's troublemaker. It's the five aggregates is the troublemaker, which is the self. We perceive as a self, although it's selflessness. So why it called self? It's because we perceive these five aggregates or whatever, it exists, permanent, and a reality, and you have some sort of then clinging to it. It's the selfless. It's the selfish. Selfish? Self. Self of self. Why this is so troublemaker? Because when we attach to this, and all these negative emotions arise from that wrong perceive of clinging to the five aggregates, which has no ground, but we perceive it exists and lasting and so forth. So that emotion, afflictive emotion, produce all the suffering of samsara.